Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much once again, and welcome to another episode of the Plus 63 HP D&D first campaign podcast. Now, you're with the Silver Shadows, missing one. Our little schoolgirl, Issa B, is not going to be here with us, but we promise an amazing show today. My name is Raymond. I'll be your host, and I play Aasimar, your charming hexblade tiefling warlock. Let me introduce the brave adventurers one by one. We'll start with my handsome brother, available, single, and ready to mingle from all the way in New York, John. Stop
Guten
rubbing.
Morgen. Hello, hello. Excited to be here.
Yep, his nipples are very excited to be here too. Next up, we have the father figure of the group, the man who wants to be called some
Nothing.
sugar.
I have passed.
Fine. The one and only, currently only tank we have in the group, CHUBAX.
Yeah, hello. So I'm CHUBAX. I play Malak, the Scourge Aasimar Paladin. That's uncharming and borderline serial killer.
I'd beg to differ. I think uncharming, kind of. I'm sure he kind of hits a lot of other D&D racists, getting them attracted to him, but he just really hates attraction. But of course, last but not the very least, the man who made this world come to life, our weaver of worlds, our number one uh dungeon master, the one and only Angelo.
Hi. So yeah, I'm Angelo. I'm the DM. So yeah, I'll be playing everyone else.
Whew, it's been a long, tough fight from the last episode, where now the brave heroes or adventurers are faced to plan their next steps. Where do they travel? Where do they go? Time is limited. Are they able to get the information they need? Let's find out with a roll of a dice. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So from last week, um, so yeah, last week, victorious adventurers. So after days of planning, the Silver Shadows were finally able to slay the large hill giant Chief Ga and have scattered the rest of the hill giants and liberated the goblinoids and orcs that served them. But it seems that an equal number of clues and questions have arisen from this. So now the Silver Shadows head to Goldenfields to at least get their bearings as to where to go next. So currently, it is at the aftermath of the battle, and as you all survey around the Grudhog, actually all of you know this, especially you, Malak. A kill is only as good as its proof. So, how would you
Ooh,
prove that you've killed the
forgot.
uh the chief uh chief god? So
Do we
yeah,
take
no,
a?
this goes for everyone. But yeah,
Do we get? Do we go for a
like
tooth?
Itszki with his like gold sense, like Malak has his like souvenir sense.
I know. Do we go for a tooth?
You can grab the teeth from the stomach, Malak. It looks like they've got more than 30 rows of teeth in there.
I'll grab one regular tooth from and then one creepy tooth from the stomach.
Okay,
We do
okay.
have
And then
the
and
nose.
then
Yeah, but that's not from like. It's not from the creature.
Oh, that's true.
so yeah, like what would be a more like
Like
recognizable like
Um, I guess we could get, like, if really needs a body part, why don't we take
what
one of
can
the fingers?
true.
Yeah. Or
Okay.
We just want to
use
prove
a
that.
nail for a shield, for a plate.
Oh, it must be a huge finger. That's true. An
How big is a
eyeball?
finger, Angelo? Can we grab a finger?
I guess it's like as big as a long great sword.
Okay, so we can. I guess we can grab that. So we'll get the finger,
Is there
uh,
any feature
index
that,
finger.
aside from her fatness, that really stands out that people would know that it's really got? Aside from the circlet,
Um,
oh, and if I may say, I love how Angelo's dog lays down like a human. Oh, okay, it's back now. Earlier, it just had like its legs just like spread
So,
open.
Angelo, we don't know what kind of creature was in God's stomach, right?
no.
Oh, I
You
think
don't
we
even know if
failed.
you don't even know if you don't even know if it's like if it's Ga herself or like is it a separate creature or is it yeah.
So is there anything I can grab aside from the teeth, or it's just like the mouth and it's just mouth and teeth?
I mean, based on the picture I sent before, she has this like amulet with lots of little trinkets. So
Wait, let me find
maybe
that.
you can get partially. So it's like woven. There's a woven and there are like little charms, but the charms are actually like bloody trophies from the things she eats. So you see like worn out shields, worn out weapons, a couple of skulls, stuff like that. Um
So I'll get the index finger and then one of the teeth of the creature. I think
yeah.
that's enough.
I think we can grab more teeth just in case they need to experiment on it.
Okay.
Make a necklace of teeth.
Yeah,
Like I'll
enough for a
call it
necklace.
the T'Challa necklace.
Okay, I'll put it in the bag. Trophy. And then wait.
Okay. Yeah, but yeah, after that, yeah, so after that, it is currently nighttime, and I assume you will want to get a little bit of rest before heading down back to Goldenfields. Again, this will be since you are out in the wilderness, this will be considered a short rest, even though it will be around 8 hours long.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. We'll get the short rest.
I don't know about you guys, but couldn't we just find like an area in this huge place to just really rest up? I mean, Malak looks pretty beat up. I mean, he did a great job, don't you think, Itszki? But no one as good as you, Master. Eh, but I think our tank served this purpose well. I think he deserves a good rest, though.
I don't think
Isn't there
there's
anything?
any. I mean, the place that we did the long rest before with Jespor is out of the way, right? It's not on
Yeah,
the way
that's like
from
half a
Goldenfield.
day. That's like half a day
Okay.
away.
Oh, so we don't really have a. So did we leave Grudhog already? Can't remember.
No, well, you're still here technically.
We're about to leave.
Okay. Oh, might as well um
Sleep here.
just take a more decent rest here. I mean, we
Yeah,
just cleared it.
that makes sense.
We probably still have some allies here who'd not want to slit our throats while we sleep. Because we just gave them freedom. Um what's the name of that? What's the name
Jespor.
of that guy? Jespar?
Jespor.
Hey Jespar, do you mind if we could just like take a rest? We're really tired.
Yeah, you see Jasper like he gave you some privacy to talk, but like he's away instructing the rest of the goblins on like what to do next. And yeah, hearing he goes back to you and says like, "Oh, yeah, no, yeah, don't worry about that. We're also setting up to leave, and it'll take a while. So yeah, we'll keep watch while you rest."
I really appreciate it. Thanks so much, man, for being a good sport. We just so dead tired.
Yeah, he nods. Oh, and then as he leaves, he remembers and he gives you back the ever smoking bottle, I think. But like he gives her back. It's like, oh here, uh, thanks
Oh,
for letting us use this.
The dust is empty
anytime.
now. It's gone, right?
You want the pouch? I mean,
No, no,
it's
no. It's fine. You did your job, so we're happy.
We'll
And then
catch you.
yeah, and from behind you hear from behind you hear from behind you hear Snort. It's like, oh, may I have the pouch? It's like, oh yeah, sure. And Snort gets the pouch. He's like, cool. And just pockets it immediately. But yeah, at this point, the four of you find a comfortable spot. Um, uh, and yeah, you take a rest. So this will be a short rest.
Okay. Oh, still not a long. We can sleep.
You have to sleep, but it's still considered a
Short
short
rest?
rest.
I don't think anything refilled on me for a short rest. Oh,
I think your
gladiator's breath.
channel
Okay.
and channel.
Yeah, channel divinity. Okay, good. That's good. And then before that, let's split the loot. I have you said 33,781, right, for the gold. So
Yes.
that
Yeah, at
becomes
this point, ano pa rin, Shiver's also included in this split.
yeah. So we
Yeah.
got eight. We have 8,226 gold.
Just
I
keep that in
have 8,226 gold. Okay.
Uh,
Yes,
yeah, just
you have
I
8,226 copper pieces, master. Still a lot.
so
Wait, di ba 945.4?
what was that?
945.4? Because the total gold amount was 4.7k, right? And then the goblinoids took 20%.
20%.
So
8,780.
3781.6.
Yeah,
And
and
then divided by 4, that's 945.
oh no, I'm holding on to the group gold. We didn't divide
Okay.
it. We didn't divide it yet.
Okay.
Oh,
So I have the group gold.
like everyone's. Yeah, that's right.
No,
All the things.
you have your own gold
Price
now.
money.
You have your own
Correct,
gold now,
correct,
but I kept
You have a
whatever we sold
gold,
or
yeah.
whatever group we got.
Yeah, that's right.
And then we all have dark vision, right?
Yes.
Do we
I
need this
even
drift?
have.
Do we need this drift globe? Or let's
I
just sell
even
it.
have devil sign. So, what is that? What does that do?
It's just like a light that follows you, like a drone.
Nice.
That's the only. Do we
Well,
And it
need?
what
But
casts
we need?
it,
We have
it
like
it, it
Mr.
casts what?
Fancy Pants.
Oh, it can cast
Oh, yeah.
sunlight,
it
right?
casts daylight. It can cast daylight.
So that's good for the undead.
Um, yeah, I
Uh,
guess.
We
I
can keep
mean,
it for now and sell it later.
okay, who wants to hold on to it?
Not me, because I'm stealthy.
Okay, I guess I'll hold on to it.
Yeah.
We have we have
We
this
have a giant.
headband of intellect, which is the nose ring. I don't know who wants to put that on their head after it's been on her nose. But
I can always cast. Oh no, that's just.
does anybody? I'm fine with my intellect. I don't need to be smarter. That'll just stress me out.
I don't need to use my intelligence to cast anything.
You
It-
don't?
Scales, do you
I
need
use
anything?
charisma.
My intelligence right now is at 13 plus 1
Yeah, but I mean the
modifier
question
plus
is,
4 saving
do you
throw.
have anything that uses intelligence?
Or you
Aside,
know,
oh,
like as a character, do you want to be smarter?
Oh, of course. Well, I mean, I don't have like spells that will,
Will we have like bonus to our intelligence checks?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
I think
that's
I
the
think
idea.
It
I
makes
think it
it
goes
makes it
to
+4. It makes your intelligence stat 19. So you have +4. Your modifier is +4, and it applies to all
Wow.
everything that's affected by
so
intelligence.
So
So your investigation, your history,
I
arcana,
love
all that.
investigation.
as Itszki states that I'd love to be more intelligent, I throw it to Asomedos. Scales, I don't think you need to be. You're already
smart.
amazing. You're already amazing.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna keep the potion of hill giant strength, since if there's anything we need to lift, it's gonna be me.
I think you should also keep the small jar of Kogotum ointment.
Mm,
Ketomes.
I
Right?
think I'd give that. Let's give that to Itsuki, because I have like lay of hands and stuff, so which I'm more worried to use on you guys. So with this, at least
That's true. I think a
I can
ranger can.
yeah. So Jong, put it on your list.
How do you spell it
The
again? I'm
strength?
sorry.
No, the jar
I
of
put it in the chat last week.
Jar of
Oh.
Ketones ointment.
ketones. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ketones.
And then we keep
Bits.
we also have the scroll, right? The new Maelstrom scroll.
Yeah, and
Conch shell.
the shell, the conch shell.
So can
What
that
scroll was that
be?
one? Sorry.
Can we investigate
The
that while we're doing the rest? No, we
wait,
need somebody
just
special.
recap. So you have the scroll, you have the conch, and you have the metal studs.
Oh shit! Oh yeah. Um, Where did I write that down? That's weird.
Oh, for the items, RP wise, it's just assume. Let's just assume. Asumedos did his identify.
Okay. Thank you.
The three finely made rocks, the studs. Can the studs fit into the whole porta hole that Itsuki has?
Yeah, I'll say fits.
The giant head spike, is that the one?
Yeah, the three
Yeah.
three head spikes. So Itsuki, can you put that on your list also? It's in the porta hole. The three head spikes.
Okay. 3 head spikes.
So potion of hill giant strength. And the drift globe is mine. Okay. Okay, so now the only thing left is Asumedos, you have the conch shell, right? That will be with you.
Like in a.
Oh, I'll remove the head spike from my list now. We'll put all three with the porta hole.
How do I add that
Okay.
to? Is that add to backpack or equipment?
I just added you click the plus button,
On the
One in equipment.
Yeah, and just make a new one.
add item, and then create a new one.
I just put giant head spike. So you have three giant head spikes.
Giant head spike.
Okay, so I'll remove the head spike from mine as well. We have the map or scroll case, right?
The new Maelstrom map scroll. Yeah. It's the location of the stone giants, Angelo, is that correct?
At this point, you don't know.
Oh, okay. I have a note here. I don't.
Yeah, there's like if you notice, actually, if just to recap, like the map of the new Maelstrom, there's like On the sides and there's like little fishes drawn on the sides, like little jellyfish, so on and so forth. So
Okay. So I think so. RJ was able to cast identify on the conch shell.
yes. How does your identify look, seeing that the power came from your patron?
Well, it's from the book that
Yeah.
came with the tome, the pact of the tome. So from the book, what it does is that tendrils will come out of it, grab hold of the item, lift it up,
Oh.
and then in a black light, like explosion of black light, but then it just gives clarity in my head of what the item is.
Okay. As you cast your spell, and as the light finally explodes after 10 minutes of studying it, um, you're not able to get a specific sense of what this object is, but you do note that the shell has concentrated traces of conjuration magic laced all around it.
Okay. Conjuration magic.
What
Huh.
does that? What does that mean?
So
Does it?
it was summoned.
It was summoned or it summons?
It was summoned, or it can be used to summon, I suppose. But this probably came from, this was magically called here. In other words, this could even be connected to whatever that is on uh Moog. No, not
Yeah,
Moog.
yeah. That's all. That's all he got from the identify object.
I mean, everything about the conjuration was his own speculation now, but the fact that like right now the item's broken. So the
Yeah.
only thing he got were the traces of magic that was left behind as it was imprinted on the item.
Okay. Okay.
Ah, wait, sorry. I'll just double check something.
I'm thinking horns. Do you think we should split our group gold in case something happens?
Yeah. I mean, at
Might
this
not be a
point, yeah.
bad idea.
Yeah. At this point.
Right
Okay.
now, you're like the group bank.
I mean,
I
no,
don't mind it.
it's yeah, but it's scary.
Yeah,
Who
if
wants
they
to get
steal,
who wants to get half? I guess
if
it.
you want to
Why
distribute it,
yeah, I mean, why do we need half? We should be equal loot, right?
yeah, just distribute it
The group
already,
gold.
Yeah.
and then let's start anew.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
A good time to reset.
Yeah, it
So
becomes easier for you to calculate
okay.
again.
Wait.
Okay, here. Sorry, I have measurements pala. So the conch is 2.5 feet long.
Two.
Just a sec.
2.5 feet long.
That's
Like,
not too fast.
quite
What's that in
huge.
meters?
That's when I
Oh,
see when I pee.
it's 0.7 meters.
0.7 meters.
Yeah.
So okay.
Almost as long as my dick.
So I go rummage through the bag of holding and
Master,
scale.
that's 0.7 meters, not centimeters.
Exactly.
So I go
And
to
then
assume. Oh, go.
yeah, and then like it's 20 pounds.
Oh, that's heavy.
Yeah. So it's gonna be carrying it in the portahole.
And then um Actually, sorry, I missed this detail. On the side of it, as you study it more closely, you notice that etched on the, because it's a contrite, so the outer one is a little bit rough, but on the inside, you notice it's a bit smoother. Inside is inscribed a rune. There's a rune that you cannot particularly decipher as of yet.
Okay. So I rummage through the bag of holding and I say, okay, just to be safe, let's split this up now. I give 2,056 gold to horns. And then
2050.
yes, and then I give 2,057 to scales. So that's minus 2,056. And then minus 2,057. How do I do Isa, Angelo?
I'm
Do
rich,
I
bitch.
should I minus it or keep it for now?
You divide it by 4 already, and then let's just make note of it that Shiva has this gold.
Okay, so
So
minus
it's as if, yeah, it's as if
2,000.
you gave it now. Yeah, but like, just inform her in chat that her gold was given to her in character already.
I Itszki add another gold. So I get another. So I'm the same with it's Shivra and Asumendo. So that's my gold now, right? What I have now.
Even.
So
Yeah.
plus 2056 and no more group gold. Edit. Group gold. So I don't have any group gold anymore. I do still have some of the items, that is still group.
Yeah,
Group
that can
net.
make part of the.
It's still banked with
That can
me.
make part of the.
Like gemstones, 3 diamonds, the giant Komu jewels,
Correct.
the dwarves,
Exactly.
mug
Hold
of
on.
electrum.
That's like part of the new group goal.
Okay.
It's easier. I still have silver goblet with 4 moonstones.
Yeah, I gave you some also, so
Yeah.
we're good.
So that's still there.
Okay, so I guess we're like resting by where are we resting? Maybe by the
Maybe in
by
the
the,
watchtower.
the watchtower.
Like, yeah, that's the. I mean, you notice are like that's probably the cleanest place right now.
I know. So I just like looking at the boys, and she was like, you know, as far as plans goes, that was pretty good, execution wise. We did we pretty much did what we wanted to do, right?
That's right. That's actually right.
We still don't know what that thing in the stomach was though. That freaked me out a bit.
That's weird. But whatever it is, I'm glad it's done.
Somebody was. That's not natural. So I'm assuming somebody or something put that there.
You gotta figure it out though. Where are we? I assume we're heading to Goldenfields next, and then do you guys wanna meet Liander for these stuff, or we can head for what what's her name? Uh Urgala. Urgala said the Bane of Giant, which you can get from her friend in Zymorvan Hall. We still have time before we meet Leander. We're almost halfway
Yeah.
though. 13. Day 13. We gotta go meet the council at 30. The alliance at day 30.
I don't think we're gonna make it back in time. I mean, if we go down to Goldenfields and then we go head back up to, are we going to Zymorvan Hall or are we going to Everland next? Or
I
Morvenshire?
think we can go to Morven Hall. Where's
Yeah, but
Morvenshire? Morvenshire.
Morvenshire is probably a day's travel from Zymorvan Hall.
Oh,
And
Morven
then
Shield.
North, no?
Yeah, that's like the other side of the Evermores.
that's right. So I'm just guessing. So right now we're past the halfway mark of our deadline.
Well, not past
Going
yet.
back
13. Day 13 out of 50. 30.
13.
30.
Okay. So if we go down to Golden Fields, that makes it 2 days, a day and a half.
That would be halfway.
Yeah,
But
2 days to get down to.
So that makes it half. Traveling all the way up to, let's say, the closest that makes sense to me is Everland. Because from Everland, we can then reactivate the teleportation circles, bring us back to Waterdeep instantly.
yeah, that's why.
Hmm.
So, I mean, we can go to Zymorven Hall, and then on the way back, we hit Everland. And that's when we teleport to Waterdeep. At least we
But how
get
many
one.
days? How many days do we
To
get?
get
Do
to
we need?
Zymorvan Hall.
Well, let's get to Everland, and then depending on how many days left, because how many how many days would Zymorven Hall be from Everland?
Maybe one more.
That's pretty
Half.
close. That's
Okay, let's say okay. So from Golden Fields, no, you're going to the one we're checking now is from Golden Fields to the Morven Hall and then back to Everloon.
no. Let's meet. Let's go to Everland first, because we're gonna pass that anyways to get to Zymorven Hall, right? If we stick to the
Yeah.
roads. So let's get to
Yeah.
Everland, and then how long? How estimate from the map? How many days is Zymorven Hall from Everland?
No, from Golden Fields to Everloon. Um
Gotta be like 10 days. 12,
wait
maybe 8.
long story. Just
Broad
checking.
Hog.
Yeah, you're going back to from Groundhog, you're going to Golden Fields and then to Everloon, no.
Mhm.
Everloon will take
6 minutes.
like 12 days.
Shit.
Cutting
So
it close.
15 plus 12, 27. How long is Zymorven Hall from Everland?
Like half a day at most.
Oh no, it's it's far.
2 days?
1 day.
Yeah, around 2 days. Like you're all put your heads together on the map and start measuring. So yeah.
Not gonna be enough.
Don't have enough time. Okay,
It's too
so
far.
given our limited time, what else can we do that's within the area? Please?
I think we can hit Nightstone. What's in Nightstone?
From Golden Fields, Knight's Tone, and then back to Waterdeep.
Yeah.
What's in Knight's Tone? Remind me, please.
That's where there was a rumor that fire giants passed by.
No,
Right.
no. Cloud
Oh, that was
Giant.
sorry, cloud giants. They stole the Nightstone from Nightstone. I guess Nightstone, the village had a Nightstone.
Very
That's
interesting.
about Angelo, for the teleportation circle, do we have to go to Everland to activate it, or can we, if it's activated, can we go from Waterdeep to any of the teleportation spots?
Leander said that by the time you hit Everloon, he would have convinced the wizards to um
Open
he
it
would
up.
have yeah.
But does that mean we can use it from Waterdeep once he's convinced them? We don't need to be in Everland, right? Is it like a central spot that can go to other spots, or are all the circles like you can go from anywhere from
They're all
anywhere?
they're all interconnected. Yes.
So what? The only thing is he needs to convince them. But once he convinced them, so we can use the
Yeah.
Waterdeep to go to Everland.
Yeah.
Oh, then I guess. Oh shit. No, but then we have too much time, Jay. Guys, if you go to Nightstone, I guess that's like 2 days from Goldenfield. That was get us 4 days from now, so that's 70 around 17 days. We still have 13 days. Do we have to meet them on day 30, or can we before?
If if you can tell them in advance, like if y- if you can tell them in
Yeah,
advance you have
yeah.
findings already,
What
maybe
about the travel to Loudwater?
What's
How many
in
days would 5 days?
Before we go back.
I mean, like from Goldenfields takes 5 days to Loudwater, and then 5 days back. So no, that's only 10 days.
Oh yeah, but Loudwater is just Fred's friends. That's not really.
Well, they better owe us something.
Yeah, but I know it'd be fun to see them, but it's not gonna add anything to our mission of for the Lord's Alliance.
No, I mean,
Unless
yeah, we could go to the cloud giants first, and then just maybe if we finish early, we have a few more days. We might get a bunch of extra days. We need extension, so we can go farther, or we can just like proceed from there.
yeah, Loudwater's 12 days.
Oh, we're not gonna make it then.
sorry, Loudwater is
Loudwater's
12.
One way,
12 days.
one way.
Yeah, one way.
Oh yeah, we're not gonna make it.
We're not gonna make it. So I guess the best mm, mode of action really is Everland. So
But
Golden
no, yeah,
Fields and
but
Nightstone.
there's no mission in Night Everland aside from the teleportation circle. You know what I mean? If we go to Everland, we'll just teleport back to Waterdeep, and the same information that we have now is the same thing we're gonna tell them, and we just traveled too far.
What's in Morbin Shield again?
Morven Shield. Fire. There's rumors that fire giants just passed by,
Just a rumor.
or
Rumor of fire
news, like
giants.
news.
Yeah, news of fire giants, and then news of cloud giants in that stone.
Where's
And Zion
There's also
Morven Hall
there's
is the
also
weapon you get, right?
there's also a Crypt Garden, but yeah, that's for another.
On
That
the
was
west.
Shira
Garden is
specific.
for Shibra's what do you call that? Contact, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe it's best if we can have Shibra scout ahead for the contact.
yeah,
We can meet her there one of these days, but for
true.
now we have to split the team. Zion Morven Hall gives us a weapon, isn't it?
Yes,
But the travel there is about 12 days.
we're not gonna make it. It's 12 days to Everland, then another 2 days to Morven Hall, and 4 days going back to Everland. How about we message Liander and maybe ask for an extension, and then we can make it in the time frame. Couple days, 5 days maybe. Safe. So you
I
said
mean, I mean, from last week, right? You plan to meet him first in Goldenfields, right?
okay, then let's decide then. Let's get to Goldenfields.
I
Let's
mean, like
talk to
last week you said that, right? Like
I think he said yeah.
you want to meet.
I think he said that yeah.
No. Like you haven't told him yet, but like I mean, in your planning, he said, uh,
Oh,
yeah, that's right. To send it to him. To that we're meeting him in Goldenfields.
okay. Then we can do that. We'll just discuss with him, and then we can choose the better path from there. So let's head to Goldenfields then, guys.
Golden
uh,
fields.
I'll just go CR lang.
Go.
Should we can only do 3 attunements, right?
At the time, yeah. What do you have?
Okay. Well, headband of intellect,
Mm-hmm.
ring of protection,
Mm-hmm.
and now I have rod of the pack keeper or staff of defense. I can only use one rod or staff anyway, but I'm probably going with rod of the pack keeper
For offense.
because while the rod it gives a +1 bonus to spell attack rolls and to saving throw DCs. And then in addition, I can regain 1 warlock spell slot as an action
Yeah,
while holding the rod.
that's big for you.
Yeah, but the staff of defense is also not that bad because while holding it, I have a +1 to my AC, and it has 10 charges that can cast either mage armor or shield.
I mean, you can use that for big fights, but for most regular fights, I mean, I'm the tank, so
Right,
you shouldn't
yeah, you're right.
be in the line of fire too much, anyways.
True. Okay. So how do I unattune and attune?
It'll take an hour to attune.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Just take a short
during
rest, and you can do both.
maybe yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you. So just for your knowledge, I'll put on the headband of intellect for 1 attunement slot. The second one will be the ring of protection for 1 additional AC, and then the rod of pack keeper +1. There.
Okay. So for me, I think I only have two. I have Kura, the Ring of Protection. Uh, the cape that allows me Dimension Door isn't attunement, diba, Angelo?
Yeah, that's not.
Doesn't require. So I have another spot for attunement. I really want that those plate armor, but it's for another time. Where do I? How much were those items? Okay, so I guess let's send the message um to Liander, and then let's head to Goldenfields, meet him there. We need help with some items, so maybe the message will be like, we have some items you need to identify, help us with, and meet us at Goldenfields in 2 days. Angelo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, around 2 days.
Uh, meet us in Golden Fields is one word, right?
Yep.
Golden Fields. We can send some items for you to identify and share what info we have so far. Meet us in Golden Fields in 2 days. So let me count how many words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Okay, I'll remove this so far. Share what info? Share some info.
Okay, I guess that's the plan.
Okay, let me see.
Shit.
Liander, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 24, 25. Yeah, it's in the chat.
Okay.
Okay, of course, no Momo.
Wait, just going to the chat.
Is it there now?
Yeah. Uh,
While we're doing the rest, I hit up Valandras, and it's like, so have you seen anything like that? That creature?
okay, wait lang. I'll reply for Leander first. Will reply.
Go. Mwah, mwah. Is that part of the 25?
XOXO.
Let's get water.
Yeah, it's part of the 25.
Oh, we'll wait for RJ.
I think I can hear you.
Okay. Well, in that case, let's go with Valandros first. Valandr, you ask him if there's anything that he's seen that's similar.
Mm-hmm.
He says, uh, what? You just you hear Valandros' voice in your head, and just goes. Well, for those sufficiently powerful, it wouldn't be difficult to transform other living beings and adding appendages.
So, no. I haven't seen it.
He does not reply.
For once, I made him shut up. Okay.
Yeah, but then after a while, as Umedos, you hear Leander's voice in your head and just goes, "Okay, I'll see you then." And then there's a slight pause, and then you could use, "Ugh, the other wizards are so difficult to convince. Maybe
Ooh.
talking to non-wizards will change the pace."
Okay, let's hit it. I think that's
It's like we probably need to go to Everland, but that's just my take.
well, let's see when we meet him in 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I think we're done here. Anything you guys want to discuss? Anything else? Shivra, I think, has her mission to set out to crypt garden, and we'll meet her there when we can. But for now, we're
Maybe
back
like
to
Shivra left a note that she left us to rest.
gotcha.
Left a
No,
note. BRB.
Shiva since Shiva doesn't need much rest tonight, she'll actually leave a bit earlier
Okay.
since she wants to go to Goldenfield as well, so she can get her
Her mount.
can get her mount.
Okay. Sounds good.
So yeah, suffice to say, the night goes thankfully, thankfully uneventful, and you're able to take your short rest. But you're left with happy thoughts as you're able to vanquish your your most powerful foe so far. Um, and yeah, you awaken in the morning, and true enough, Shibra is not there. But as you emerge from the watchtower, you see the goblinoids carrying, making their own exodus as you see them pack their bags and get a couple of the sheep. Um, and yeah, Jespor actually, and then Jespor um greets you, says, "Well, if you're leaving, we are too. Um, I'll keep an eye out on who might have possibly influenced Ga, or who gave you that, who gave her that, and then seeing Asumedo swear it, so, that thing. Um, just also if uh, I know some of the sheep came from the villages around. So if anyone asks, we kept the sheep pens full for a while. If they're still here, then I mean, I don't think anyone's gonna complain. It's not as if anyone lives here anymore."
Just try not to attack any more villages while we in the future.
He gives a nod.
What till then consider us allies. If you need anything, you can call Scales over here.
I'll I'll see if one of the devastators knows that little spell you've mentioned, the one that can send a message. If I hear anything, I'll if I hear anything, I'll send it your way.
And Jesper, steer clear of giants. Any kind.
I mean, we'll try. Yeah, and he nods his head
Hard to
and
miss.
leaves. What? Sorry.
Giants are hard to miss. They're huge.
He gives a small chuckle as he turns around, and he gives a sharp whistle. And all the goblins like go into like a frenzy of activity. But before they leave, actually a smaller goblin approaches you. You recognize a snort, and he just says, "Well, thank you very much for saving me. It's been quite difficult to breathe while I was in her. So thank you for that." And then he just
Oh, she was the one that was like
disappears.
missing for a while.
Yeah. Eventually, yeah. I mean, yeah. And you easy surmise that he's missing because like he was literally in the folds of
Of her fat. Like
yeah.
You
So
could
We're
I mean,
glad you're alive.
literally in her. No.
you being
like,
alive is a testament to your strength. I
oh,
would not have
actually,
survived.
well, I mean, I just wanted to live. For a while, I considered dying, but it's better to live. And yeah, I mean, that made sometimes you have to prepare yourselves before you eat whatever gunk is within that. Um,
Snart, farewell. Good job.
he just waves and it's like with two little feet. It's like tut, 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 that goes to the rest of the.
Brave
Rest
little
of
one.
Oh my god. He was going too much into detail. I need to sleep tonight.
So yeah, as they also leave, as they head north, you would think their first stop would be the ruins that you stayed earlier in the previous days, but yeah, they're heading north. In your case, you are heading south.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just say, from studying the map, um, the three of you determined that the safest way is to just follow the river because it's gonna hit Goldenfield. So you ride your horses and you head south.
That's true.
Um, yeah, and now you are outside. It is morning. It is sunny with a with a slow breeze headed your way downstream. So even as you leave, there is still that, musky scent of the hill giants that follow you. But after a couple of hours of travel, even that disappears as you travel south. Um, yeah, first day of travel. I'll give it to the three of you. Does anything happen?
No,
No.
very restful, very quiet, very contemplative.
Giant,
Reviewing our what do you call that? Post match stats.
very giant
Okay,
free.
okay, okay.
But I'll
But like,
say,
what happens? Like, what do you talk about if there is any conversation that has to
you
happen?
know, yeah, there probably will be conversation. So I'll
Oh, sorry,
tell the
keepers with you. Keepers with you.
oh
Cujo also,
yeah,
Cujo.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Shadow. So that's a big one, huh, guys? I mean, aside from our enemy, but that's a big accomplishment thus far. And this weather today seems to be a good reward for a couple of days suffering. But one can only think that this might be a calm before the storm.
I was just thinking that. I mean, we saw how hard she hit, and she was
Mhm.
just a hill giant. We still got like stone, fire,
Mhm.
uh, frost,
Sky.
Frost
cloud,
clouds.
storm.
Mm.
I
Well,
wonder
I was
who's
purposely
behind this
missing
shit.
some, so hoping we won't have to fight them.
Oh, maybe yeah, maybe not. But then there's still that. Do you think that Scale's sister here, the one she works for, is the one that's behind everything? Zaito, Zaito,
Zalto.
Zalto. Oh, that's an L. Duke Zalto.
You guys experienced it yourselves. We were there.
Yeah.
Itszki almost got burnt to a crisp.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
And the fact that we've seen some uh Yuan-Tis fighting alongside the fire giants wouldn't really surprise me anymore either if what you said was true, Malak.
So the question
Let's just,
is, do
let's
we?
just
What was that? Go ahead.
let's just assume that they are working together.
Then do we clean up their mess or do we go straight to the source?
You mean like Itsuki?
No, I
No.
mean, do we clean? Do we hit like all these giant issues, or do we just start hunting for the U1Ts and Zalto?
I well, I think the
We're
giant.
terribly underpowered for now. We
That is
like I
true.
was just calculating the damage that we put and say like, oh man, like our enemies are getting bigger and bigger, and our tools aren't growing in a commensurate rate. So we
That's
really need to
true.
get more rewards and or at least to get more items to be able to keep up with increasingly dangerous enemies that we are encountering.
I
So,
agree with Master, but I think to answer your question, Malak, is that the giants seem to be the main story behind everything. The main reason why um, Itszki's sister and your future wife are probably uh, betraying the rest of existence because it's related to the giants.
Then
So if
I
we solve the
guess
giants, you hit two birds with one stone. Then I go
uh,
to what's the name of our druid friend?
Kipper.
Kipper.
Kipper. Kipper, no offense. That's an actual saying. Hitting two birds with one stone.
It's like,
So
yeah, I understand.
I guess we follow what Scale says here. We need to equip ourselves. First thing we need is that what Urgala told us. And we need more equipment. I really need that plate. That adamantine plate. Oh, that's
Yeah, we
15,000 15,000 gold. I'm like less than 1/4. Ah. Mm.
But yeah, as your conversation trails off, the day, as mentioned, the day goes by uneventfully. Um, and as night approaches, let's just say you set up, if there's nothing more to be said, you set up camp and you um, continue on the next day. Um, but yeah, but before you leave on your camp, it's key. In your sleep, the mention of your sister
Ooh.
of stirs back memories of your past. Uh Given that the conversation earlier revolved around your sister, what memory would pop up in Itsuki's mind as he sleeps?
Well, because this is in my dream, and I know that nobody will be able to figure out. You know, I am reminded of how uh I'm in the lesser rung of our family, and then my sister and other siblings are, and other people in the clan are advancing, and you both physically and intellectually, and that's why I brought up the idea that we need to arm ourselves a little bit better, because even if I don't want to show it externally, feel that we are ill-equipped to handle the my racist betters. So I'm getting more and more concerned that if I'm training enough, we're getting enough gold and getting enough items, and of course, because I feel superior to my teammates, I'm even more concerned whether if they are training themselves. Like, I can't. There's only so much I can show them to improve themselves, and I don't see all of their improvements because I'm very selfish. So I'm always thinking about, oh my God, it's like, um luckily we're delaying getting the head of the snake for now, because I don't think that we could knowing how our my my sister's potential could be. We're definitely not there yet.
Yeah. And yeah, you remember like a simple, in your ancestral home in a dining chamber, the family's all gathered and you've all been discussing the feats of intelligence or cunning or strength you've made. And once your turn happens, it seems whatever you've mentioned, what would Itsuki offer to the conversation?
Like, I
Like,
would so I'm imagining there would be puzzles in the library, or in the library of the house that we train ourselves. Like, I was able to finish this puzzle in 30 minutes, and then uh what do you call how do you call that term? uh Patriotically, no, not patriotic, uh
Patronizing.
in a very patronizing way, that's congratulations. And then silently in the back, it's like, aren't they supposed to finish that under 10 minutes? And then I'd be like shooting arrows from, I finally hit that P from 100 yards away. It's like, congratulations, but like, aren't we supposed to be doing that from 500 yards away? It's like okay. So
Yeah,
so
and
that's
true
even
enough,
worse. Yeah,
yeah,
because it's
yeah,
patronizing was even worse.
yeah, and true enough, you hear your sister's voice echo in your dreams as echoes in dreams as this as while everyone's being subtle about their judgments, your sister's a little bit more upfront about it, and she just goes and then she just goes like, "Oh, that's all you did, brother. It won't take long before the food you it won't take long before it won't take long before not feeding you is beneficial to the clan
Mhm.
than wasting
Oof.
resources on
Yeah.
whatever you give." And she like she she as she eats, she just looks at you with a very judgy, patronizing, like, "You do you, like, good job," sort of, vibe.
A for
And
effort
yeah,
vibes. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and yeah, and as everyone as everyone took shifts. So as everyone as
As Medicine
all the
Malak were looking at Itszki and reading his mind.
no, nothing like that. Nothing like that. But yeah, yes, as you wake up, it's key to that. It's not, it wasn't it wasn't the sleep wasn't as good as the one previous. But nevertheless, you have been all of the three of you have been fully rested and are ready to go through the second day. Um, and yeah, it is in this day in which you will hit 2 days, yeah, first. Yeah, so you will hit Golden Fields. And yeah, as you travel throughout the second day, um, following the river, um, yeah, let's just say, as you get closer and closer to Golden Fields, nothing much happens. But as you approach Golden Fields later that night, you see that the walls there are scaffolding on the walls, and you see some activity happening within the city, within the tower, sorry, within the walls, but nothing too much, as it has or as night has already started coming. And as you go in again through the great doors, you are once again asked to submit for investigation for any pests and that might ruin the foliage and the crops. Um, I assume everyone agrees.
Yeah,
Yes.
Malak just
Yes.
grunts.
Yeah, and then they take particular care with the horses, seeing that they did not bring anything. But yeah, after a while, you are considered clear, and you are once again entering. As you enter the uh, walled temple farm of Golden Fields, you are greeted by the statue of Shantea, the goddess of farming, and agriculture. And yeah, at this point, where do you head to?
Well,
A
I think
bed,
it's
boys?
nice the horses first and see, Malak's very nice friend.
You mean
We try to
Liang?
intimidate.
Okay, so you head first to the abbot. Um, yeah.
Oh, I asked the guards if they saw Liander come in. Or is it supposed to be
Like,
tomorrow? Is it today, tomorrow?
mm, yes, I mean 2 days. So Leander, yeah, they said, well, we noticed uh, oh, there was a carriage that came in, but it was empty. It came from Waterdeep. If uh, yeah, that's
Goddamn
all we can.
Liander. Coming in with his what do they call a car, Joe? Drip? Oh no. What's the slang term for like your car?
Whip.
Yeah,
Whip,
but like,
whip. Coming in with his
A
whip.
whip.
yeah, but yeah, there's a carriage that came in, but like, there's like, yeah, there's a carriage that came in, but there's just the driver, and the driver didn't have any passengers in. And when we asked the driver just said, "Oh, I just have instructions to go here." Um, but yeah, they said they were from Waterdeep.
Cheeky fucker.
Sorry, I assumed you said, "Oh, he came
Mm-hmm.
from Waterdeep." Yeah.
Mm.
So, so yeah,
Okay.
but
So I
The name
guess
of the contact that we have here in Goldenfields?
Liang, the head of security.
Li
No, Li Jiang. Oh,
Liang,
Zilang.
Zilang. Wait, it's not head of security. I mean, I just have to. Wait, I'll just get the right name for what's more fitting for the setting. Where is that?
And then the abbot is Elardin.
Yeah, Goldenfield. But yeah, as you head towards the the abbot, you captain of the guard there.
Okay, let me change mine also.
Yeah, so as you head towards the harvest home abbey to greet the abbot, um true enough, after a while, you see him, and he goes like, the adventurers have returned. How fare your adventures? And oh, Kipper, uh, you're back as well. And he's like, yeah, ready to work again. How have the trees been feeling? Have they been lonely? Have they missed me? And then I was like, oh, definitely. I saw some
Oh,
yellowing
where do we
with
meet
some of
them?
the
Is it in the inn?
you're in the abbot. You're in the abbot.
Oh,
The abbey. Sorry, you're in the abbey
okay.
itself. Um, and then yeah, and then Kipper turns to the rest of you and says like, um, well, if we're done here, I mean, I'd like to go back to tending my grove.
I'm gonna put my arm
Um,
on Kipper on the shoulder, and I'm gonna say, Kipper, I'm gonna miss you, but I'm not gonna miss you. And I'm gonna turn him around and push him off like a
Oh, but
friendly. What was that?
we have to pay him for his services.
Oh,
yeah, he actually turns back and says like, oh, but like, I mean, we did talk about payment.
five
I'll
GP a
say it's
day.
Absolutely,
5 to 10.
Kipper. Well
Give him
deserved.
50. And you've been with him for 10 days.
Let me see.
50 total, 50 per person.
Yeah, let me see if I have
So
anything here that's
total.
50. I'm gonna give him. Does he accept goods or is it gold? I mean, I can give him the. I have
Let's
the
just
tiny jewel box that's worth 25 gold.
let's just give him the gold. So
Gold. Okay.
just give him a coin pouch with 50 GP inside, or just like 5 platinum, just so like.
I don't want to break my platinum. So 50 divided by. Is Shivra still with us?
No, she left.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
but hmm.
You can just reduce it from her
Yeah.
stash.
Okay.
Like we already know how much we're gonna pay him anyway, so
Hmm.
So we each
Oh yeah,
lose.
no. Let's just say Kipper was like, oh, I mean, uh, your friend Shiva, she already gave me part of what you owe.
Yeah,
So
Okay, so
that's good. That's nice of her.
12.5. Eh. How many silver is that? 5 gold. Oh, half a gold. Is it 5 silver?
yeah, 5 silver,
Okay, so
12 gold and 5 silver.
everybody subtract 12 gold and 5 silver.
How many silver?
5.
5.
12 gold and 5 silver.
How much did we split the gold? How much did I give you? 2054? 2054 ba?
48 ata,
Huh?
54 nga. Yeah, 2054.
Okay. So I just make a note for Shibra. Okay.
And yeah, as he gets the gold, he nods and smiles and gives it to the give it to the abbot and says, "I don't know what to do with this."
Fuck.
The abbot just takes it. It's like, well, he tries to answer, but like he just smiles and pockets it, and yeah, and the skipper makes as he walk back, he turns around and waves goodbye, and as he turns around again, he shapeshifts into a hawk and flies towards whatever grove he has to tend to. And as he does that, the abbot is just like, yes, so if you would regale me with your tales. What happened? Come, come. You must be weary from your travels. I shall serve you some tea. And he ushers you inside the abbot. And before you get inside, he asks the bearers to step aside as he has guests to entertain. And the bearers just roar, and then they go out. And then, yeah, after a while, you are served, warm tea. And the abbot sitting down, looking excitedly at the three of you. Your friend actually passed by earlier, but said that she had to leave immediately. So, yes, unfortunately, I wasn't to get any much more information from her. But yes, what happened? Are you well?
Um, have you ever encountered a giant conch shell before?
Oh, I can't say I have. We here are much more used to, um, you know, uh, creatures of the uh, landlocked variant, and perhaps the occasional river, but the conch seems very ocean, an object from the ocean.
I see. No, never mind. Thank you. Are you from have you ever encountered a monster that came out of a giant before? Has there been any rumors or stories that you've heard about a giant transforming into a different monster?
Not particularly, but I mean, if I could relate it to what I'm used to, it's not unusual for a parasite to eventually take over the host body, like mm, uh, and then he gives this like tale of like a bug that was infested with like a parasite, and then eventually when the bug died, the parasite kept the body moving. So yeah, he gives you that. It says
But is that parasite more like a insect or a worm?
it's more of like a fungal, like a mushroom.
Interesting. Very interesting. That's
I
very insightful. Thank you
Yeah,
for
but that's
sharing.
more natural though. I think this one was more nefarious. Something instigated it.
Correct. Correct. But the concept's the same. The reason
True.
that this popped up may have been related to huh, those head spikes, perhaps. It seems very unusual. A lot of what happened was quite unusual. So I tell the abbot about the hill giants and how their chief was gathering uh, meat and food for their forces. But I won't tell them anything about um, the big giant war.
Okay. Says,
At
oh,
least for now, you shouldn't be bothered by constant groups of hill giants, but always stay vigilant.
yes, actually, if you've seen we've started adding defenses to the walls under Li Xiang's leadership. The walls
Malak
have
rolls her eye. Malak
undergone
rolls his eyes.
the walls have undergone quite the extensive appraisal when it comes to repairs and upgrades being done. And we have Waterdeep has been gracious enough to lend us aid and resources to finish the construction and the maintenance of the new wall segments.
That's good. You'll definitely need that.
Hmm.
But let's see. Is there anything else we can reveal? I whispered to Malak, is there anything else we should share with them? Just for their protection?
I just think um they need to have more scouts because the best defense is information, and if you know something's coming sooner,
It's very easy to spot them.
yeah, you're not gonna get ambushed. Something to tell your captain of the guard. But I think, yeah, I think that's it. I think the goblins will stay away. They're easy enough to parlay with. I think.
Mm. And yeah, as you say that, he just nods and says, "Yes, perhaps with the extra aid from Waterdeep, we may have more resources available to scouting and information." Um, I admit this is a new venture for us since most of our time here has been occupied with farming. But seeing the more dangerous times, perhaps it would be wise to uh, take a more proactive approach and the protection of our lands. Um, but and then he gets up and says, "Oh, if you would wait here for a second or two," and he leaves. And um, as he returns, he carries with him like a small box. And I know it's not much, but I mean, I doubt this is the end of your adventures, as adventures go. Perhaps these would be helpful for you. And he reveals four healing potions,
Ooh.
but like they're not like healing potions. It says these were blessed by our goddess, and you will only need to um, sprinkle the waters in your wounds as they stitch away. So that's
Mm.
the fluff, but it still acts like
Basi-
a potion. Yeah, it's not
Uh,
like an oral potion. It's more of like a topical potion.
yeah.
But like mechanically, it's the same.
How many do you
Okay.
guys have?
I'll just
Potions.
Yeah.
I have 5 and 1 greater healing.
Uh,
two and one greater healing.
two. So I'll give you. You get two Asumedos. I'll get two because only have two. So and I don't have greater. So 2 plus 2.
You
We
want to
both.
have three? Because you're the tank anyway.
Uh,
I can just get one.
okay. Another
Because
one.
I'm protected by you.
Okay.
So I have 3 potions of healing and one greater healing.
And remember, you guys can use potions.
Healing, sir.
Yeah, and you can use potions with a bonus action.
Bonus action. Okay.
But to give potion is an action, right, Angelo? Like if I'm shoving a potion
Yeah.
on Asomedos,
yeah.
or if he does it to me, okay. Oh, well,
Do you take the box just for fun? Like, do you take the box or do you just take the potions?
Malak would just take the potions. I don't know with you guys.
Do you want the
Yeah,
Same.
box? I mean,
Sure. I'll take the box. I might store something in it.
yeah,
I'll put the box.
it's a simple but well built potion box.
So, but while we were away, anything of note happened?
I mean, aside from the construction, and the arrival of the Waterdavian aid, suffice to say, nothing much has happened. I mean, things have happened in the more uh, in an agricultural sense, but I do not think you are interested in that. um,
Oh, I wanted to just show the abbot the map of the new maelstrom, and I would like to ask if he may have an idea of where this might pertain to.
he studies it and he looks at it and like whenever I mean looking at the map, there's a very puzzled expression in his face, and in the end he says, "Oh, unfortunately, I do not recognize this. Are those fish?" Um, and then like I mean, remember this is a very bad drawing, so he's just like he's trying to make sense of what's what. But the other one
They
says,
could be fishes.
I mean, well, if they're fishes, perhaps it's underwater. I'm not. I mean, and maybe it came from. I mean, you mentioned a conch, I believe. Um, but I do not. I do not recall any location that looks remotely like this.
Where do people normally? Is there a certain village that excels in fishing, or an area that's well known for fishing?
In the region, well, ask any city or town in the Sword Coast. So from Waterdeep to um Neverwinter to even the far-flung towns like Luskan in the north and Port Last, that's near Neverwinter. Um,
Just know too much about
Thank you. Might be something worth looking at. I appreciate it, Abbott.
He nods, and yeah. After a while, I mean, do you ask him anything, or I mean, do
uh,
you?
Malak stands up and says, "Thank you, thank you for the portions. They were more than I expected. But right now, I need a beer."
This is. He says with pride. I mean, if you're looking for good ale, might I suggest? And he gives the one that was served you before. The uh, where is that? The flagon of Golden Gulp. Says, better than beer. Might I suggest Golden Gulp? I'm sure
I
you've tried
hear.
it before.
Well, I
But yeah,
guess. Thank you. Would you care to join us?
no, I have duties to attend currently.
Table's free if the table's open, the seat's open if you change your mind, Abbott. Thank you for your time.
Nods and yeah. And yeah, as you head out, actually, with your arrangement earlier, your usual mounts would be in the inn. So, the abbot also took care of the um stabling for that. So, if you're gonna transfer, just it's in the inn anyway. So at
Mm-hmm.
least it's in that.
Yeah, we'll just head to
But
the
yeah, as you
go.
you head to the inn, no?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry, as you head there, I'll just go to the CR.
Go, go, go.
Same.
Okay. I'll grab water.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, as you head to the inn, actually, before you head to the inn, there's actually a lot more activity. Like outside, I mean, you see a lot more workers, and with that, since the inn is like the place to let loose before heading to bed, there actually are a lot of tables outside to accommodate these, and you see you see the um you see like as you approach, you hear the music coming from a bard just playing outside, and as you enter, it is even a little bit more chaotic as um they have to serve a little bit more customers, and you hear cheer, you hear you know sounds of merriment, sounds of people drinking, all that happening around. And as you scan the who goes in first?
Malak.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
guys,
So yeah.
I'm not one for partying, but after days with goblins and giants, this feels like a good time.
And yeah, as you enter the tavern, it is jam packed full, except for one table, which has been, seemingly has been reserved, and seated beside it, is true enough, Leander, looking quite out of place as he as still wears his
Shiny
usual
regalia.
garb of like simple but elegant with expensive materials, and it seems very out of place in this like sea of like workers and farmers.
Malak's like, he sighs and is like, guess work's not over. At least we got a table. So I just head straight over.
And as you head over, you see perched on his shoulder a familiar barn owl. um yeah, sees you and says, "Ah, there you are. So, uh, have any news for me?"
Can I get a beer first? And I flag down a waitress or a waiter
Okay, yeah, true enough. You see,
and some food.
yeah, a human, this human girl approaches you and just says, "Well, hello. So, what are we having?" Um,
Give me
and
your
I
best,
suggest,
your best meal, your best drink.
"Oh,
And
sure,
then
no problem."
I point to scale to its scale like he wants the cheapest drink and the cheapest food. What do you want,
Cheapest drink and the
Horns?
best food.
But then the waiter's like, "But sir, it seems that your friend is here for merriment. Or won't you want to join in on the festivities with culinary food and drink as well?"
Oh, it's scales. It seems like Leander's paying, so give him the best drink too. Best drink and best food for all three of us.
Leander just looks amused, and you see the waiter make eye contact with him. But there's like uncertainty if like Leander, but eventually Leander just gives a small nod and just like waves his hand as waves his hand. But none. I mean, since all of you can cast spells, none of you can sense magic. But as he waves his hand, the magic of money. And the waitress just nods and heads on her way. And yeah, um, do you wait for the food to come, or talk to Leander or not?
I, I just look at Horns.
Oh, oh, good to see you,
I,
Leander. And thank you
uh,
for seeing us on such short notice.
Well, I mean, it's not a problem for me. Um, yeah, I mean,
Was
any
start
reason
to
to get out of the office, but yeah. Um, do you want to eat first, or are we going to talk?
Yeah. Let's
well,
go.
I'll yeah.
When he realized after a while, he just says, "Actually, let's just talk elsewhere." Um,
That
can't
would
be
be
too.
best. We
And
can't really whip out what we found in a place where people are eating.
he nods, and then he nods and he just says, "Well, I mean, for me, I've been talking to some colleagues, some more agreeable than others, but mm, it give me a couple of days, it'll crack eventually."
Those wizards are really stubborn, huh?
Not stubborn, just proud.
I guess still no
But yeah.
teleportation circle.
Yeah. And he just nods at that. But yeah, after a while, um, after a while, the food comes in, and uh, it's good. You got what you paid for.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very full meal. It's a very full meal.
Steak.
Uh, yeah, there's steak. There's meat, and there's but with a large serving of vegetables and grown produce and all of that. Um, yeah. And Leander also partakes in the ale, although it's weird watching him with a flag on and not a glass, but he tries to blend in, even no matter how awkward it seems. Um, but yeah, after a while, he, uh, seeing that. Do you ask him anything else, or like you'll just save it for later?
Yeah, I'll just save it for later. I dig in my
Oh.
steak.
Yeah.
No, I mean go Aasimar. I'm talking about me. Like I for Malak.
We'll ask how things are in Waterdeep.
And yeah, anything new with the Giants, I guess.
Oh, same as always. The city has always been under threat. If it's not giants, it's been dragons or cultists or, people who want to rob the city itself of gold. Um, so people are used to it. So the city has been functioning normally, for the most part. Otherwise, there's been talk about the usual, heading to safer lands, uh, finding refuge here and there, the more powerful ones, or escaping to God knows where they teleport. But yeah, same old, same old.
Is there anything to note that we need to watch out for during our travels? Perhaps a bounty or anything additional that might help us in the realm of coinage or even
Weapons
new
or
weapons.
items.
For that I'm not sure. I haven't been in the city for much long to hear about that. I mean, there's gold everywhere. You just find people who want stuff for you to do.
That's true. We're hoping for the bigger kind though. But um we appreciate any leads later on. We do have the stone. We're just a message away.
Nonsense says, yeah, and hopefully it'll reach me. I don't think I'll be in this plane when I talk to the other wizards.
Oh,
Um,
that would be something to consider. Well,
yeah, there's
speaking of those other wizards, is there any chance that the meeting that will happen in 15 days is that something we need to show up in person, or do we need to, or can we extend it? Because looking at the possible leads around the area, we might need more time.
and Liander just goes, "Oh, for the meeting. Don't you think the meeting that's happening in 10?" And in your mind you hear, "Don't give exact numbers."
Oh, sorry.
Is there a
So
Zoom link that we could use?
so okay, so that fated meeting is meant to happen, cannot be moved or delayed in any way, correct?
If you have a strong, if you have a strong enough argument, I'm sure the elves would be more than accommodating in moving the date.
Well, the argument's not extremely that strong, but we just found leads that are quite scattered during the land, here in the land, and it takes days to physically visit these areas.
Mm. Nonsense. Let's see what you've. Let's.
So
let me hear your argument, and maybe later, and then
Okay.
let's see if that's enough to. I mean, these elves so fickle, and like he say all this with a straight face. I mean, traveling from Cormyr to here is a long time, especially from traveling through the desert. So maybe they'll want a little bit more rest. So yeah, I'm sure. Sure if we give them enough reason to uh enjoy the grand city of Baldur's Gate, they'll enjoy the festivities before heading in for business.
Well, about business, my food's empty. How about we get to it?
Yeah, but if everyone's done, Leander stands up and just asks you to follow him. Um, and yeah, as you, sorry, do you head up?
Yes.
Yes.
We'll follow him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as you follow him, you head up. You head up to the you head up, and at the farthest room, you enter you at the farthest room you find at the farthest room, he opens the door. But instead of seeing a usual,
Motel.
entry level,
Hotel.
hotel type accommodation.
Accommodations.
Yeah, you instead see that the door leads you to a stone chamber with rich furnishings and with arcane trinkets all around. As he ushers you in, and as you enter, you feel this lurch in your stomach as you pass through this portal. Um, and yeah, he closes the door, and uh, he closes the door, and the owl perches on a beam above you that looks directly at it. As he finally lets out a small sigh, says, "Well, maybe we can talk a little bit more freely here. You mentioned some stuff, so I went ahead and made some precautions, so we wouldn't be nothing could look at us once we're here. Um, but yeah, that why don't we get started? The chamber, it's a circular chamber. Um, it's a circular chamber with and the architecture store shelves all around. And then in the center of the circle, you see of the circular chamber. At the center, you see like a circle etched with chalk. Um, uh, but yeah, before he asks, says, "Okay, so may I see this stuff you brought before?"
Absolutely. Boys, I think it's time to show Leander.
So yeah, I help Itsuki with the moving
Report the hole.
the big head spikes and the broken conch shell, and I say like these spikes were in the hill giant's leader, got in the back of her head, and she had. I point to Horns' head, like that circlet of intelligence, making her smarter than your regular hill giants, and she just wanted to disrupt the ordering and mainly go above the stone giants. And for some reason, she just wanted to get bigger and bigger, and she was really big, and she couldn't even walk. But when we fought her and thought we took her out, like a big mouth monster came out of her stomach, and I show him like the teeth, and we had
Mhm.
to fight it again. And then once we killed her or it, we got these spikes from her head, and we
They
found this
made
Oh,
broken conch shell along her
that's
loop,
right.
which we have no idea.
oh, it just looks at the stuff, but like he mainly focuses on the circlet, and he just goes like, "You've cleaned that, right?" if I know anything about hill giants, they're
And then
very filthy.
Malak looks at Asmedas. You did clean that, right? Because he doesn't remember.
It's pristine. It, it's fine.
Even
Malak
the
just,
owls, even the owls just looking at you, and just like.
and you can see
But
Malak
yeah,
roll his eyes through the mask.
but yeah, and then he nods and says, "Okay, okay." So, it's but and then this conch shell, it's broken. It's, I
It
mean, I see
it
a
was
crack.
cracked when we found it. I wouldn't be surprised if it were cracked due to the weight of Ga, but upon investigation, there seems to be a rune located inside, something related to conjuration. I feel
Mm,
it may be related to whatever possible parasite that came out of Ga once she died. Basically, once she died, there was a new being that came out of her gut that had rows and rows of teeth controlling what's left of her dead body. And that's what Malak just showed you. And this, just to let you know, all happened in Grudhug. That's their main point of base. And we even found this map that shows the possible new maelstrom. I think locating this area is key to knowing the next step. There must be something happening there.
he nods and says, "Maelstrom." That's an interesting name. From this, at least from the name itself, it sounds like Maelstrom is something that would happen in the ocean. Uh, at this point, again, the question is, what would hill giants want with the ocean? Um,
Oh, we show him the map as well. Do we show him the map yet?
oh
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Mm. But I'll take a look at this. Um, okay, and then the conch shell has conjuration magic.
Being a
Leander
powerful
starts.
mystic yourself, I'm sure you may probably give me a better take a better look than I did.
Very well. As he starts preparing, he starts laying down the more specific runes for identify. Um, do you tell him your initial like theories about the conjuration thing?
Could, since it is unusual that a giant would have a second life out of a monstrosity, and why I think that is unusual since once Ga turned into that being, even the other hill giants found it scary and ran away. Um, we found this conch shell in the crate that she was carried on, and I feel that it may be related to whatever that made her uh, that turned her into a bigger monster than she was. Plus, head spikes. They're just not normal. They all must be connected somehow. Maybe somehow connected to this maelstrom. And we've also seen other beings, either hill giants or bugbears, transformed somehow into
Oh yeah.
aberrations of what they were. They weren't
That
regular bug. Either they were so fat or they were extremely vicious and muscular.
and they were loyal to, or not
And they
loyal. They
were
were more like subservient.
they yeah, they listened. They were linked somehow to God. So this must somehow tie it together, but obviously we still have a lot of gaps in our knowledge. So this map might be key finding uh where this probably came from.
He nods, and yeah, as he studies, as he finishes his circle for identify, you see the runes light up, and you see like a spectral third eye appear in Leander's forehead, as his eyes also have his eyes are purple, and there's this like subtle blue light that appears in his irises. And as he looks at the conch, you see him studying intensely. And true enough, after a while, it says, okay, so there's the conjuration magic you've been talking about. So either this shell was used to summon a creature, or, I mean, more commonly, magic items such as this would be either in summoning or in teleporting. I mean, that's the most commercial way you'd use conjuration. Especially, you've mentioned hill giants are stupid before, right?
Yes.
Like, it has to be a simple command. It's either to call something or call them to somewhere else.
Something, but we didn't see any new creatures aside from the one in her stomach.
Then perhaps it was supposed to bring them somewhere else.
Oh, it can bring us to somewhere. Can you fix it?
Ooh. Yes.
Magic, like at this point, it looks completely broken.
Trace it?
Um, hmm. He studies it for a bit and says, "Let's do that after. Now let's focus on these head spikes."
The rune doesn't mean anything
So
to you though. It's just part of
he
the like
looks at
the spell.
the rune seems to be. It looks like a giant rune. To what I'm wait, and as the spectral eye fizzles out, another one appears, and his eyes glow this time in like orange hue, and looks at it, and
I elbow
he-
Asomedos. Why can't you do that?
I'm not
uh,
aware.
That's true.
um, he studies it intently and says, "All I know, this is a giant rune, but to what it says, I believe it cannot be easily translated. That's why the spell can't give me that much information."
Crap.
But it seems if this is a giant rune, it wouldn't be too far to say that this was giant made.
What giant would be smart enough to do that? Gotta be up higher in the ordering, huh? Like storm, maybe cloud,
Uh
maybe.
anyone roll everyone can roll me intelligence. Just straight up intelligence check.
Dumb. I'm a 6.
So
Uh,
dumb.
13
6.
for me.
Okay, 13. So Malak, you remember what
Oh, Jay, you
you
have a plus on
remember
your
what
intelligence, huh?
Hmm.
You have higher, I know.
Mababa talaga yung roll ko eh.
Ah,
2 plus 4.
yeah, Malak, you remember way back Zephyros saying that giants had their own domains. And at the top of the ordering are the storm giants, whose
mm-hmm.
domain was at the bottom of the sea.
Oh, the ano, storm giants.
Yeah. You
Oh,
remember him saying that when he said that cloud giants built theirs on top of towers and on cloud palaces. Uh, fire giants made their citadels. Um, frost giants made their uh grand ships and hunting parties. Stone giants etched their homes under the caves, and hill giants made themselves at homes with, as you've seen, with the natural environment with mud and stone and natural materials like that. Yeah, so
So
Rigo remembers Zephyrus saying that to you.
so yeah, guys, I remember Zephyrus Zephyrus told us that the domain of the storm giants is the sea. But why would uh, are they the cause of this? But they were at the top of the ordering. Why would they mess with the hill giants? It doesn't make sense.
Trying to put them down even more.
The hill giants are the lowest, so giving them something like consolidating their power was like giving them a shot at the stone giants. I don't know. Anyways, back to the spikes.
But sorry, let's just say while you guys were discussing, Leander was listening. But what was happening? He remade the circle this time for the spikes, and after a little bit more waiting, the same spectral eye pops up, and he studies it, and he says, um, for this one, it seems that these spikes were made specifically to channel enchantment.
Control.
Enchantment?
Perhaps that's enchantment's a very broad school. Enchantment is a very broad application, but at its core, it's just the same thing: to influence or control one's mind. And this material, I'll need to. Do you mind if I take these?
Uh,
Sure.
yeah. But
Yeah.
if
You don't
is
want
there
to
any
bring it
way?
around.
Yeah, but is there any way we can use it to our advantage? Make it a weapon for us or something?
You want to buy it?
Let let's determine what it is first before
Okay,
start
okay,
meddling with it.
okay.
Okay. And I have a very hard time. I mean, can any of you do this? And he starts casting minor illusion, and and he makes like a cube, and then he makes an owl. Like, can any one of you do this?
Minor illusion? No, not me.
Yeah.
Aasimar, can you? You can on
Oh, you're
yourself, but
wait. You're on mute. You're on mute.
I can. I have minor illusion.
Okay. Like, can I see like this thing? This.
What do I cast? What do you want me to cast?
Then just cast minor illusion.
Okay. I'll
Huh?
cast minor illusion. I'll create let's see, what do I do here? I can create
You
an
can.
image.
Yeah. He's asking you to create the image of the thing that popped out of God.
Oh, the stomach. The
Okay, but
stomach
it's only
monster.
like a small version since this is a 5 foot cube. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
create a minor illusion for a 5 by 5 5 foot cube.
He studies it. He kneels. He looks like he's very intent in studying it. Like he squats down and he like
Mm-hmm.
goes around and just says like, and this came out of like, oh, what did it
Once we,
smell like?
yeah, once
It's
it first smelled
disgusting.
like sea breeze, which turned
Seafoam.
to, something else.
Like sulfur, like rotten eggs.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the rotten eggs make sense because it's in the stomach, but why the sea breeze?
It could be connected to the conch. could be connected to the origin.
I mean, we got three things pointed to the sea: the conch, the smell, and the map.
True, but we still don't know what the specific link is.
How common is like a storm giant? Are they like, has Leander seen one? Like, is it not rare, or is it like urban legend stuff type? Like, you only
I
know
mean,
the.
like, like people, like it's like semi-legendary. It's like, looking at Leander's expression. Even he's like, eventually Leander just goes like, I know. I mean, storm giants exist, but not even I've seen one. The only giant I've seen up close uh is a frost giant, um Harshnag.
But how about Yuan-Tis? How do they? Are they scales? Are there any Yuan-Tis in the ocean, in the sea, sailing, or I don't know?
Not too familiar, but
Well, it seems like if Yuan-Tis are working with giants, it would seem like Yuan-Ti we all know. Um, and like any other race, it seems that they're just allying to get a good deal. And if the giants are acting out, maybe the Yuan-Ti think that by helping them, they
But
get to rise up the ranks.
something broke the ordering, and some things manipulating things, especially with the giants. Either somebody at the top or somebody outside.
But regardless, I'll take a look. I'll have someone take a look at this. Not me myself. I mean, but regardless, I think you should still continue your investigation.
Which bring us to why we're needing more time. Coming up against those Ga and the Hill Giants, we're severely underpowered and under equipped, and we're trying to find ones, and some of our lead will need to bring us all over to Zymorvan Hall. But since
Daniel gives
those
a small chuckle. It's like, yeah, you'll need time.
yeah, but since your circle is still now we're unavailable for us, it's gonna take us 14 days to hit Zymorvan Hall one way. So we're not gonna hit the deadline if we even get that weapon.
Okay, sure. How many? I think if I present this, because okay, if I present this, maybe I can buy some time. Like, how much time do you need?
So DM talk like 12
Yeah,
days to
yeah, yeah.
Everlon, 2 days to Zymorvan Hall, 12 plus 2, 14, 2 days back, 16. And today is
teleport,
day 15?
12.
15.
Day
15.
15?
Yeah, it took you 2 days. 2 days from ano, 2 days from Groundhog. So now you're in 15.
Okay, so 15. So again, 12, 2, 2, 12, that's 16. Let's say 1 day in Everlone, 1 day in Semorvan Hall, 18 days. To be safe. I mean, we will need to rest and stuff. Maybe uh investigate Everlone and Zymorvan Hall. So I guess 16 days. So 18, 12, 14, 16, 18. Do you
Okay.
think that's cutting it
Yeah,
close? Or that's okay? I think that. So 18 days from now, 15, so maybe 3 to 5 days more. 5 days,
Leander's
I think,
like
would be fine.
2 5 more days.
What do you think, Jay? So I
Just to
think
be
that.
safe, I think
Yeah.
the math is down. We didn't take into consideration that we might have the transportation circle open, so that
No,
could speed things up.
yeah, but no, that was in like. So from Goldenfields to Everlone, that's 12 days. Let's spend 1 day in Everlone, 13. Going to
Yeah.
Zymorven Hall, that's 2 days,
more days.
15. Spend 1 day in Zymorven Hall,
16.
16. 2 days back to Everlon, 18. And then we teleport back.
So
Eight.
we're over 3 days. So we
Yes.
just do like
Yeah,
5 days.
give allowance of 2 more, so 5
Yeah,
days.
in case we run into something that'll need time to handle.
Liander nods and just goes, okay. Okay, I'll negotiate. I'll try to negotiate 10 days, so I have room to barter.
Okay,
Okay.
that's smart.
Mm.
I
Okay,
mean,
but
yeah.
okay, let's go through this. Let's go through this extension. Just go through this extension. Um. Oh, before no. Okay, before that, I have the three of you. And then he goes like, "Oh wait, where's the other one?"
She's looking at another lead for us in Crypt Garden.
Crypt Garden.
Yes.
And Leander's like, did she say what she's looking for?
She
Um.
is an informant of some sort. And
Yeah,
it
she
might
has. He's looking for the location of Cloggy Liamatar. Cloggy Liamatar.
Her informants and dragon.
Yes.
Maybe.
We're not sure. It's not confirmed. But would it matter if it were?
Just, I mean,
Just cool.
uh, I mean, just be careful, because
Nah.
if you fought dragons before, a single breath attack can down most adventurers and straight up kill them at some points.
True. She seems to be quite uh she seems to be quite confident that this informant of hers is safe. So she decided to leave on her own for now.
Yes, be, she's out of her mind if she can. If you head there, that chances are you're heading to. If that is a dragon, chances are you're heading to her lair. So I'd be extra careful if I were you. Fighting a dragon is one thing. Fighting a dragon in their own lair, like fighting two.
I hear you, but we're just there for more information. Hopefully,
But the dragon might have some
other.
ideas.
We'll try to get a message to her.
Yeah, we'll try to let her know.
Okay. Okay. So the three of you were in the fight, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. To help me argue in your stead, I need to cast a spell. Effectively, you can show me what happened. Who can I cast it on?
Perhaps Master, as
Yeah. I was the
he
one.
has
Yeah.
he's the one who did a final attack, and the first time hit the nose from afar. I believe he may have a better account.
Looks at you, and and he he heads towards one of the shelves and picks up a very ornate box. And as he opens it, you see that there's two platinum rings, and he puts on one on each index finger in his hand. And as he approaches you, he starts making these intricate hand movements, and he starts muttering draconic words into the air, and the air starts fizzling with like magical energy. And the three of you, as the three of you are spellcasters, you feel the weight of the magic being used in this small room. And it is like somewhat suffocating that
Wow.
the magic
Power.
Leander is trying to summon. And as he finished casting it, He does like a clapping motion, but only lets the platinum rings touch. And as it touches, there's a ringing sound. And as the ringing sound disappears, um, his eyes are focused on yours, Itskis. And you feel like a consciousness just trying to envelop your whole head. There's just like soft pressure enveloping your head, like squeezing lightly. And you feel the brunt force of magic on you. Just make me a constitutions. Make me an intelligence saving throw.
Saving throw.
So if you're with me, you
+4.
have a +3 pa, Jong.
It's small room. So like yeah, you have
+7.
+3.
14. So 14 plus 4, 18.
Plus
CHUBAX's thing.
+3.
yeah.
So 21.
Yeah. So the your this magic is trying to envelop your mind and your um and you're able to resist enough to not make you feel very dizzy or lose your balance. And you hear Leander's voice in your head and just says, "Okay, just focus on my instructions. Go through what happened that day. Show me the memory of your fight."
Right?
And he sees Malak being badass in front of him. Like,
You see
Oh,
a version.
these are true memories. These are
you
true
have to
memories.
remember.
Not fabrications.
Uh, yeah, and then he sees me pass, well, what's that, your cloak, no, go to the roof.
dimension door.
That's, yeah, that's the best start to our fight, right? It's like be on the roof,
Oh no, on the
deftly
second floor.
shoot
Second floor shooting.
second floor, and then deftly shoot um the wagon. Falls down. I dimension door down. I deal a lot of damage while the other two people just tend to survive, and we defeat Ga.
Angelo said the true story.
Why? It was a true story. It's just skewed towards it's my interpretation, my memory.
Oh my god.
Well, while this is happening, actually, the two of you, as well as Bala, like, you kind of know where the story is at because, like, Leander doesn't hide the fact he's absolutely disgusted by, like, you're like, he makes a face, and you're like, okay, that's where we see Goth falling, and then he makes a like face, and it's like, okay, that's where the mouth appears.
Malak,
Um,
Malak removes the +3. The saving throw.
okay, at this point, make me another intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
Uh +3.
+3, +3.
Oh, still 15 plus 4 plus 3, so 22.
Okay. You're able to focus on that memory alone. Like, you don't accidentally, no, nothing
No
accidentally pops up.
interpretations. Yeah.
No, like nothing embarrassing pops up.
Mhm.
Because like you're able to keep your mind focused on just showing this memory. And after a while the memory slips away. The pressure slips away, and once again, like you feel like air like returning to your body as you involuntarily gasp as the spell is broken. And Leander takes away the two rings, and he looks at the three of you, and he just goes like, "That was disgusting." I mean,
It's our specialty.
sometimes I don't miss being adventurer, but it comes to the territory. Okay, so we all saw that, or I saw that. Mhm. Okay. So it looks like, so the council wants to know, the Lord's Alliance wants to know if the giants in general are acting maliciously towards small folk. With the proof you've shown me, it seems that something else might be affecting them.
Yes.
Okay. These, he points at the spikes. These things are enchanted with enchantment magic that have a soul that most probably might have been used to control Chief Ga.
So I guess the investigation is fruitful because going to war with the giants right now is really premature.
I agree. Um, okay.
Maybe even it's what whoever is doing this wants.
Well, they'd have to be very smart to pull this off. And it seems that they have the aptitude and maybe the resources if they can do all this.
Well,
Um,
hey,
okay.
Asumedo's using a circlet of intelligence. So I'm sure
The
they're
fact, yeah, they're just giving these away. Okay, so let's go over the defense. Let's go over defense. Okay. For this, I'll need each of you to make me. I'll make this like a group persuasion, and this represents how much you can tell Leander what he can say. So your roles will contribute to Leander's inevitable role when he presents this to the council, to the Lord's Alliance, and that will determine how many days you have.
so persuasion.
Yes, so this will be like a group persuasion.
Okay.
So I need everyone, since everyone's pitching in, like, we're all like brainstorming of like, oh, this would be, you can say this, or like, oh,
Okay.
we have to mention this or that. So this will be a group persuasion. The DC is like super high because it's a cumulative of all your rolls.
Okay.
Um, okay,
Shit.
so roll, and then I'll just go to the CR again. It's just like,
Go. Fuck, I got 17.
17.
Did you get a 1, Joe?
I did get a 1.
Fuck.
31.
I got a 1.
Fuck.
I was gonna say, but now I pee again.
No advantage or anything? Shit.
I got a 1 plus 8, 9.
9 plus. I got a 17. 9 plus 17, 26.
okay.
Shit, we got 2 natural ones.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just add all the modifiers. Add all the modifiers.
Yeah.
So
27. I don't know. 28 with Jones plus 1. I don't know his modifier though.
how about you, Asumedos?
I got a 1 plus 8.
Pl- So
Nine.
+9. Okay.
No, 1.
So 27.
1 plus 8. 9.
27 with me and him. And then Itszki has a 1.
Oh, the 27 is already for the both of you now.
Yes. Itszki, what's your
Exactly.
modifier? Persuasion modifier.
Persuasion plus 2. So 1 plus 2, 3.
So 30.
Okay, so you got a 30. Okay,
Shit.
30. Okay. Okay. So we'll find out when Leander gets back to you, we'll find out what the results are. So your roll was a 30. So yeah. Leander just like, okay, I'll see what I can work with this. I'll see how I can work this into my argument. So I'll get back to you once. But in the meantime, I'll have someone study this. I'll look into this myself. Um,
Did you get a 20 on that time?
No. Got 18, 16.
okay, sorry, I'll just write this down. So
Yeah.
so persuasion roll, party cumulative,
30.
30. Okay. And then your starting negotiation is 10 days.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
As long as we
That's
get
it.
3, we're good. Hopefully 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. So after that, after like this discussion, Leander's just like, okay. So with that done, where are you headed next?
To bed.
Wait, no. Like plans
Place.
wise. Like
That's what I told Liander. But yeah, we're gonna head
Uh,
to Everland.
Everland.
oh, Everland or Zemorven Hall?
We're gonna pass by Everland first. It's on the way, right?
Yeah.
To some Morven Hall. We're gonna head to
Okay.
Everland, resupply, and then it's Morven Hall.
Marvin Hall, and then back to Everland.
That's why
Okay.
it's 12 to 2 plus some days, 1 day in each.
Okay. So yeah. Leander just nods after that. And says, no, I mean, if that's everything, yeah. If I hear any news, I'll get back to you. Um, oh, and these bugbears, are these hobgoblins you've helped save? Are they gonna be trouble in the future?
Doesn't seem like it.
No, doesn't seem like it.
Okay, good. I
They
mean,
wanted peace.
Or at
And
least just back
they
to
even
normal.
left the sheep from other nearby towns
That they
in
stole.
Grudhug.
That they were forced to steal.
So yeah, any other town that wants to get their sheep back, they could probably pick it up from Grudhug.
let's see. Sure. Well, if whoever reaches the towns first, like, might as well tell them to get their sheep at Grudhug. Um, and yeah, from the amount of food I saw they stole, it seems like it's gonna be if left unguarded, those sheep will be massacred by whatever predators there. So yeah, okay. So yeah, I'll look into this. Good luck with your investigations. Do you tell him that you're getting a uh giant bane weapon or something like that?
Probably
Well,
not.
is it on the way?
Okay.
Is that
No, I mean, are we telling him that's what we're getting?
um yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah, I guess Asmedos will mention it. I guess.
I don't mind. I mean, I'll tell them our plans because ultimately the weapons are meant for us to defeat the giants.
Okay, he nod. Says, okay, well, maybe I won't tell that to the council. They might just get excited about, and they might feel left out of killing giants. So
Just
yeah,
tell them we're.
I'll
Yeah.
yeah,
Just for you
yeah.
to know, Liander. We want to
Okay,
be as
okay, okay. Well, if that's all, yeah, I think the three of you deserve a good rest.
Pew
Um,
pew.
well.
yeah.
Is there anything that you may want to equip us with for our journey? I mean, I'm sure you didn't travel here empty-handed.
We look like boys
No.
at Christmas. Oh.
We did
If
a
I
good
find
job.
anything, if I find anything, sure, I'll give it. I'll give it. But yeah,
Malak, why
like,
don't you give the finger as well of God? Just as proof to the Lord's Alliance that we really did help
No, that's
get
true.
rid of one trouble.
I'll give him the finger.
uh,
Give him the finger. I mean, God's finger.
I'll keep
he
some
takes
of
a
the.
step back.
I'll keep some of the teeth though. I mean, we
Hmm.
got a few.
He takes a step back and just says, "Okay, wait there." And he starts waving his hand and casts another spell. And you hear like sounds from like
Ooh.
the section of this room, and you see like wooden planks come in and start assembling itself into this like box. And like from far away, he's just like, "Yeah, put it there."
Oh. There we put it there.
And yeah, he you know he waves his hand again and pushes it to one side of the room. Says, "Hopefully that won't."
Come alive.
Or at least smell. And he casts like a small cantrip. It's like his face are like ugh. And he casts like it's a small spell, and you the three of you can easily identify. It's he casts prestidigitation, and makes it not smell not so bad.
Gotcha.
um, and yeah, he says, "Okay, well, um, good luck with your investigation. Good luck with your weapon. Keep in touch. I'll as soon as I get any news from the Lord's Alliance, I'll get back to you. Uh, uh, give me give me a couple of days to do that. Um, but yeah, as he shakes his head and as the door is opened to the mundane hallway of the North's End Inn, as the door closes, let us close this session as you
Oh,
take a good rest in
long
a
rest. Long
modest,
rest.
good long rest in a modest inn where you are sleeping in comfortable warm beds. And yeah,
There we
Sweet.
go.
this new leg of your journey has now been plotted out. Potentially meeting
Everland.
meeting the contact of Shira. if
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
if not, we're going to Everland and whatever shenanigans happen on the way. Because, a lot can happen in 12 days.
Yeah, so that's our plan for now. Everland and Morven Hall.
Seems
Okay,
So
like a
yeah,
good.
take us home, Jay.
I will do. Thank you again for watching this episode of the Plus 63 HP D&D podcast. If you're watching this for the very first time, please hit the subscribe button. It helps us generate more good content for all you viewers. And also, if you're not yet following us on socials, we are available on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just look for our handle plus63HP. Now, if you just want to listen to our voices and keep us in the background while you work, we are available at your podcast of choice. We prefer Apple Podcast, Amazon, and even Spotify. Now, watch out for our next episode next week, and of course, the multitude of shows that we drop almost every day. So we'll keep you entertained. I promise you that. So, final goodbyes from everyone. From the man in from New York. Let's say goodbye, John.
Goodbye, John. It's fun. Can't wait for next weekend for a very long road trip.
Whew. Couple days worth, man. But hopefully we have level up somewhere along the way. But
Along the way.
we'll see. We'll see. Next goodbye, father figure.
Yes. Yeah. Long road trip, and road trips are always fun. So let's get to it.
We need to bring snacks. I just remembered.
Yeah, hell
And of
yeah.
course, last but not least, final goodbyes from our DMs.
Um, yeah. So let's see if let's see if the arguments you gave Leander is enough to convince the Lord's Alliance to
Two
give
natural ones.
substantial extensions. So yeah, let's see what's gonna happen.
Well, I hope they'll have no choice but to let us go because we want to give them quality information. But with that being said, thank you very much, DM and everyone in the Silver Shadows team. Thank you, viewers. We love you. Until next time. Ciao.